LSU football, NFL insider Ian Rapoport is reporting that LSU passing game coordinator Joe Brady could be a top candidate for an NFL offensive coordinator position. Rapoport believes that Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator Don Martindale could land a head coaching job soon and would want Brady to be his offensive coordinator. Head coach Ed Orgeron said in November that a plan is in place to keep Brady in Baton Rouge.
I guess it's all a wait-and-see type of situation. Does Martindale get a job? How willing and what price are they willing to pay? If this report is indeed true, is it more than the rumored $1.8 million that he said here to make it LSU? I mean, look, in my mind, nothing's really changed here, right? I still think it's far more likely than not that Brady ends up at LSU, but it's just a testament to the year that it's been that he's showing up on potential NFL offensive coordinator radars despite the fact that he's never actually called plays.
LSU Clemson face off in the national championship just under 2 weeks from yesterday. LSU and Clemson will square off inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on January 13th. Eagle 98.1 getting you set up for that coverage. We will be live day of the event in New Orleans from Champion Square. New Orleans Saints. The Saints will be the number 3 seed in the NFC, hosting the Minnesota Vikings this weekend. New Orleans has now finished as the number 3 seed twice in the past 9 years, despite having 13-3 records. That's only happened to one other team since the NFL expanded to its current 12-playoff format, to its 12-team playoff format. Every team's playoff chance, every team's chance to win the Super Bowl per FPI. Ravens 36%, Saints at 7%. A little low.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, though, given the fact that you're looking at potential road trips to San Fran. Yes, maybe Green Bay down the line if you were to make it through that. That's the math is not going to be on your side to win those games.
Sean Payton talking about the 3 seed.
It was a crazy game last night. I mean, I think all of us who watched it just saw the first half and the second half, and it was good for football. We're excited about it. I like that we're playing on that Sunday. You know, we'll have I would say a fairly normal routine relative to the schedule we're used to. We'll get on the tape and start working, heavy on Minnesota in these next few days and get ready to put together a good practice week and a good plan for Sunday.
Sunday noon start between New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. We told you yesterday right here on Off the Bench as breaking news was happening that Pat Shurmur was out in New York as the Giants head coach. We already know that Freddie Kitchens is out in Cleveland. Ron Rivera didn't make it in Carolina, and Jay Gruden was out mid-season in Washington. Another coach that could be out, Jason Garrett. He spent a long time yesterday inside Stephen and Jerry Jones's office, but no decision was made on the future for Garrett. Or I guess it was. He's still around. Garrett's scheduled to meet again with Jerry and Stephen today on Tuesday. That's according to ESPN. His contract expires on January 14th. Doug Marrone of the Jaguars. Marrone's status. Did they decide he's not coming back last week?
The article I read today, I pulled it from today, so I don't know.
All right, so Doug Marrone's
we'll get
status
that to you.
in Jacksonville.
I mean, as well. Who really cares about whether or not Doug Marrone is the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Not me.
I don't know that I was fully aware that Doug Marrone was the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
Brandon Ingram has been named the Player of the Week. 22-year-old has busted out on Monday. Ingram was named the Western Conference Player of the Week for the first time in his career. In 4 games, Ingram averaged 25.7 rebounds and 4 assists. The Pelicans went undefeated during that stretch, earning wins over Portland, Denver, Indiana, and Houston. Ingram made a career-high 7 3-pointers to carry the Pelicans past the Nuggets on Christmas Day.
It was a good team. Brandon Ingram probably going to get a max contract from the Pelicans in the offseason, and I think he's earning it right now if he can keep this up. Don't look now. Pelly's have won 4 in a row, 5-6.
In Los Angeles on Friday night. Those are your headlines. What's trending here on Off the Bench? We'll talk to Coach Ed Orgeron coming up at 7:30 this morning. We'll talk to Jimmy Burrow, 8 a.m.
What is the case
for Senior Bowl?
What is the case for keeping Jason Garrett is the question. And I'm not saying that. Look, I understand not wanting to be too reactive and making sure that you're making the right decision and you don't end up in like a Cleveland Browns situation where you just have a different coach every single year. But I feel like you've given Jason Garrett ample time. I mean, he's had ample time, and it's not like Sean Payton. Like, yeah, Sean Payton had multiple 7 and 9 years in a row there for a stretch, but you had seen the heights that he could reach, and then he got back to those heights, right? You haven't even seen the heights with Jason Garrett. It's just been middle of the road. It's never been very bad, but it's never been very good either. Just middle of the road the entire time.